Commercial aspects. Let's start with the basics. Time charter versus voyage charter. Under a time charter, the vessel is hired for a specific period of time. The charterer pays a daily hire, per day, to the owner. From a practical perspective, the charterer controls the commercial operation. They give voyage instructions, arrange agents, and manage bunkering. Now, voyage charter. Here payment is based on cargo quantity, usually per metric ton. In this case, the owner manages the voyage costs, agents, bunkers, lubricating oil, everything. As a master, you must clearly understand the charter party and recap. Focus especially on main clauses, Laycan, speed and consumption, bunkering, ports, nor tendering, delivery and redelivery, and cargo hold readiness. What is Laycan? Laycan means lay days plus cancelling date. In simple terms, it is your agreed arrival window. If your vessel does not arrive before the cancelling date, the charterer has the right to cancel the contract. Let's take an example. Laycan from 10th to 15th June. 10th is your first lay day, 15th is your cancelling date. If you arrive on the 16th, you are outside Laycan. The charterer may cancel or impose consequences. If you expect to miss Laycan, you must act early. Inform the owner in advance. Allow them to negotiate with the charterer. Normally an extension may be obtained. However, this must be sorted out well in advance. What is delivery? Delivery is the exact moment when the vessel is handed over from the owner to the charterer. From that moment, hire starts running, and the charterer becomes commercially responsible for the vessel's employment. A delivery notice is issued to confirm date and time, bunkers on board, and vessel condition and location. Now, key point: bunkers quantity. At delivery, all bunkers on board are sold from the owner to the charterer. Now, redelivery. This is the opposite process. Redelivery is the moment when the vessel is returned from the charterer back to the owner. From this moment, hire stops and full commercial control returns to the owner. A redelivery notice confirms time, bunkers on board, and vessel condition. And again, bunkers. At redelivery, the bunkers are bought back by the owner from the charterer. This is another sensitive commercial point. Please refer to the charter party recap regarding redelivery position and bunker quantities. Usually the redelivery bunker quantity to be the same as delivery bunker ROB. NOR, Notice of Readiness. This is a formal notice from the master to the charterer, stating that the vessel has arrived and is ready in all respects to load or discharge. NOR must always be tendered strictly in accordance with the charter party. Depending on the wording, NOR may be tendered when the vessel has dropped anchor or safely drifting if no anchorage is available, or after crossing port limits, or when pilot is on board, or when all fast alongside berth. The trigger depends entirely on the charter party terms. Practical advice: do not hesitate to tender NOR. If needed, tender it multiple times with the remark, without prejudice to any previous NOR tendered. Remember, acceptance is not your decision. Your job is to tender it correctly. When is NOR valid? Two conditions must be satisfied. First, physical readiness. The vessel and cargo holds must be ready in all respects. That means clean holds, no cargo residues, operational hatch covers, and no technical limitations. Second, legal readiness. The vessel must have free pratique, customs clearance if required, and all necessary inspections completed. For example, National Cargo Bureau inspection in the USA. Only when both conditions are satisfied, laytime can start. On hire and bunker surveys. At delivery and redelivery, charterers often appoint independent surveyors. They may carry out bunker survey, measuring ROB, vessel condition survey, cargo hold inspection. The purpose is simple: to avoid future disputes. Disputes about fuel quantities, vessel condition, and possible damage claims. Now, what is off-hire? Off-hire means the vessel is not fully operational. Examples include main engine breakdown, crane failure, machinery issues, PSC detention, or any condition preventing full operation of vessel. In such cases, hire may stop. Laytime. Laytime is the agreed time for loading and discharging. It is defined in the charter party. If operations exceed laytime, demurrage applies, paid to the owner. If operations finish earlier, dispatch may apply, paid to the charterer. Now, PWWD, per weather working day. This means time counts only when weather conditions allow cargo operations. For example, during rain while loading grain. Time does not count, and the owner does not earn freight. That is why weather interruptions must be recorded accurately. Statement of facts. This is the foundation of laytime calculation. Everything recorded in SOF has a direct financial impact. Key principles. Rain periods must be accurate. Start and stop times must be precise. Delays must be clearly described. Equipment breakdowns must be logged properly. Even tug usage matters. Never sign an incorrect SOF under pressure. If you disagree, add remarks and issue a letter of protest if needed. Remember, one incorrect entry can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Let's quickly review common charter party abbreviations. NOR, Notice of Readiness. SOF, Statement of Facts. PWWD, per weather working day. SHINC, Sundays and holidays included. SHEX, Sundays and holidays excluded. WWD, weather working day. Laycan, lay days canceling. You will see these terms constantly in emails, recaps, and charter party clauses. Mate's receipt. What is a mate's receipt? Mate's receipt is the first official document confirming that cargo has been received on board. It is important to understand what it represents. It is evidence of cargo quantity and apparent condition of cargo. But it is not a document of title. This is a key distinction. Important point. Bills of lading are usually required to be clean, without remarks. However, if discrepancies are observed, remarks may be inserted. But always remember, you must inform owners in advance and coordinate with charterers. Never make unilateral decisions. Bill of lading. What is a bill of lading? In simple terms, it is the most important cargo document. It performs three main functions. First, receipt of cargo. Second, evidence of the contract of carriage. Third, document of title. Whoever holds the original bill of lading is considered the lawful owner of the cargo. At discharge port, the original bill of lading must be presented, or a valid letter of indemnity must be issued. Very important rule. Never discharge cargo without original BL or clear instructions from owners. Mate's receipt and BL. Do we need both documents? Yes, but they serve different purposes. Mate's receipt. It is a temporary document issued at loading. It is mainly used to prepare the bill of lading. Now, bill of lading. It is the final legal document. It is used for cargo trading and required for discharge. So the relationship is simple. Mate's receipt supports preparation. Bill of lading carries legal and financial value. Authorization to sign, BL. In practice, bills of lading are not always ready immediately after loading. In such cases, owners or the master may issue authorization to sign bills of lading. This allows the agent to sign BL on behalf of the master. Minimizing cargo claims. Minimizing cargo claims starts with documentation. There are several mandatory actions. Draft survey. Always, even if shore scale is used. Joint draft surveys. Preferred. If there is any discrepancy, issue a letter of protest. After loading, seal of cargo holds may be arranged. Maintain accurate bilge measurement records and pumping out logs if applicable. For example, during carriage of coal or cargoes, etc. Ensure bilge systems are properly isolated in case of water-sensitive cargo, like grain, etc. Make sure bilge caps and all ventilation flaps, cargo hold manholes are secured properly, especially before bad weather. Keep ballast and bilge sounding records daily. Maintain ventilation logs, time, duration, temperature. Take into account dew point requirements or cargo chemical hazards into account. If cargo is fumigated, ensure atmosphere checks are carried out and properly recorded. Now, tolerance. Charter party may allow tolerance, for example 0.5%. But remember, tolerance does not automatically protect you from cargo claims. Road deviation. What is deviation? Deviation means departing from the agreed voyage route. It is allowed, but only under reasonable conditions. Typical examples include weather avoidance, medical emergencies, saving life at sea, or ensuring safety of ship, crew, or cargo. As a master, your responsibility is clear. Always prioritize safety over commercial obligations. At the same time, you must inform all parties, charterers, owners, and management, and provide a proper deviation report, including time, distance, and fuel impact. Route deviation case studies. Let's look at real examples. During my career, the following route deviations were arranged. Sheltering in the English Channel to avoid severe weather in the North Atlantic and Bay of Biscay. Deviation to Cape Town out of port, limit to arrange emergency crew change and spare parts delivery. Increasing vessel speed to avoid adverse weather conditions near the South African coast. Or deviation to Manila out of port limit for medical evacuation. Helicopter disembarkation of a crew member. Each case is different, but the principle is always the same. Sea protest. What is a sea protest? It is a formal declaration made by the master after encountering severe weather or extraordinary conditions. The main purpose: to protect the vessel and owner against possible future cargo claims. It is typically made when the vessel experienced heavy weather and cargo may have been damaged, or you suspect cargo damage. Supporting documents are important. These may include deck and engine logbooks, weather reports, PMS records, bilge and ballast logs, temperature logs, hatch cover tests, and ultrasonic reports, photos, and crew statements, etc. Important to understand, sea protest does not prevent claims automatically, but it strengthens your legal position. Sample of sea protest is attached to this module as supporting document. Letter of protest. What is a letter of protest? It is a formal written objection issued by the master during cargo or port operations. Its purpose is to protect the vessel's and owner's commercial interests. Common situations include cargo shortage or quantity discrepancy, bunker shortages, or unsafe berth conditions. For example, insufficient underkeel clearance at berth. A letter of protest is your commercial shield, and very important. It should be acknowledged by the terminal representative or agent, etc. What is dead freight? Dead freight arises when the agreed cargo quantity is not supplied and the vessel sails underloaded. In simple terms, unused cargo capacity. Typical situation: the vessel is ready to load full cargo, but cargo is not fully supplied by port. Reasons may include terminal limitations, shippers' inability to arrange cargo, or operational delays. Dead freight is calculated based on the missing quantity. Damaged fenders. Case study. You are approaching the berth and you notice damaged or torn fenders along the berth. To protect vessel and owner's interest against any possible claims, it is required to take clear photographs of all damaged fenders along the berth. Record positions of damaged fenders. Identify exact locations, berth position, bollard numbers, and visual references. Prepare a letter of protest, clearly stating that the damages were observed prior to berthing. Attach all photos and submit the protest through the agent to the port authority. And finally, make a proper entry in the deck logbook describing the berth's condition upon arrival. Contact damage by barge. Let's consider a real situation which happened on board of our vessel. During cargo operations at Bangladesh anchorage, a barge lost the control and made contact with our vessel. The same was observed by officer on the watch and immediately reported and evidence taken. Visible damage was observed on port side hull. Damage location: about frame 200 in way of cargo hold number 1. Recorded damages included hull indentation, approximately 0.6 meters, about 3 centimeters in depth, with visible scratches on shell plating. A formal notice of protest and supporting documents, photos, drawings were released and provided to the stevedores, agents, charters, owners, P&I Club, etc. Immediate actions must be taken in case of such situations. First, notifications. Inform all relevant parties without delay. Ship management company, owners, P&I Club, charterers, stevedores, and the port agent. Then, documentation. Your protection depends on evidence. Prepare and collect a letter of protest, witness statements from officers and crew, clear photographic evidence. Prepare damage sketches using shell expansion and hull drawings. Record exact measurements, including frame references and location, and ensure proper logbook entries, both official log and deck log. Survey and technical outcome. Following the incident, inspections were conducted. P&I surveyor, charterer representatives, and classification society surveyor attended the vessel for inspection. Their role was to assess the damage. In our case, local indentation of shell plating was found within acceptable structural limits, and importantly, no immediate steel renewal was required at that moment. However, the repairs were postponed until the next dry dock.